Hello and welcome to the presentation of Project Celsius in the Construction Award here at OpenBIM. I will introduce the project soon and then I will go over the procurement phase and then move on to the construction phase, which is the category we are nominated in, and then sum it up with how we have used the process and the achievements we made. But quickly, about me, my name is Johannes Ries and I'm the VDC manager at Buildingsmart, which is a construction management firm based in Stockholm, Sweden. And we help building owners with developing projects from early phases through design phase. We take care of the production phase with site managers and everything, and then we hand over it to the building owner. So we develop projects together with the building owner and try to do the best possible. And our approach to the project is always to have a highly digital BIM focused planning, highly detailed BIM models, and we also take this knowledge and planning and all the digitalization over and have a completely digitized production as well. And we try to combine our project culture in all aspects of the life cycle of the project. So we have really much involvement in the project to create a really good project culture. And we really connect every single phase of a construction life cycle to a common environment, one single source of truth, and do a lot of 3D modeling from the early phases that we enhanced over time, and to be able to collaborate with all the stakeholders and all the people involved with different software. We always use this open BIM standards to really be able to collaborate with people in the industry. So about Project Celsius. This project started 3 years ago with the design phase, and it is now finished. It's finished this week, actually, November 1st, on Monday. And it is a laboratory and office building in Uppsala, Sweden, in a highly intense innovation cluster area of Sweden, where it's a lot of research on medical laboratories. So it's a 12,000 square meter building, together with the biggest building owner in Sweden, Vasakronan. It is on 6 floors, and it's a high focus on sustainability buildings right now, which is really good. And this building is certified in LEED Platinum, which is the highest standard for that certification system. So it's a really sustainable building with very innovative energy systems and water systems to take care of all the waste within the building itself. So it's a really fascinating building also from a technical perspective, but from a digitalization and construction phase, it's even more impressed, because we have used 3D models as our contractual construction documents. So we have used the IFC files as the legal contractual document, and so we have not produced any 2D drawings as construction documents. We have to do that sometimes on wiring and some details. We have produced 2D PDFs, but we have never produced any paper. Everything is built from tablets on site, and everything is built from 3D. So you have been able to take your measurements in the field from the 3D model and build from that 3D model. This is just a picture from our on-site application to the left, StreamBIM, which we load with the IFC files. And to the right, you see the reality, how this is completed now with the atrium in the building. And 3 years ago, when we started the project, when we started to design it, we had to focus on a completely new way of delivering projects. We were tired of the old way of working, you see to the left, where everybody works in silos. We wanted to work in a new way. So we instead took this to with the ICE standard, integrated concurrent engineering, and we really sat down with all the stakeholders and all involvement to start designing, and also had this kind of approach, collaborative approach, later on to the production phase as well. But what we also were questioning from the early start of the project was that why do we have to deliver all these classical drawings? Why can't we deliver in a new way? So we start to rethink how we can deliver information. So instead we come up with that we can actually deliver information through other file formats, and we can present the information to other people in the project in the best possible way for them to have the information. If it is somebody that's going to do an estimate on the project, they would very much like to have quantities from the model rather than a drawing. So we produce quantities in data tables, and we deliver the IFC model and whatever information that was needed from our source files we could take out. So we had high focus on producing really quality source files, which the information is born. If we have really good information there, you can extract that information more quality assured. So I'm going to skip the design phase because I want to talk about the construction phase. But before we can move into construction phase, I have to mention how we did the procurement in this project, because we used 3D model as the base for our procurement process as well. So when we want contractors to help us build this building, we sent out our 3D model for them to have a look at, to give their estimation and bid back to us. So we sent out IFC models with just the information that they were going to build, and we also provided them with quantities from the model, because everyone cannot take out quantities by themselves from the models. So we did that for them, and we also gave them the classical technical documents in PDF and some details and sections in PDF as well, so you can understand what you're going to build. And we also, to put everything in context, we also provided them with all the IFC models in the project, and also in different viewers, so everybody could use whatever software they wanted. And that's the really key here, is to enable everybody in the industry to be part of the project by using open IFC files and open BIM models. So this is how the IFC file for the piping and plumbing contractor model looked like. We have a lot of details in here, different colors of the IFC file, and we also have a lot of information on each object that we have quality checked and put in a separate property set. And you can also view the IFC file through with a table, Excel table glasses, so you can extract all the information in the IFC file and just put it in a data table like this with the quantities. So this, we did all the quantities for the bidders as well. So we have divided the building in many different contractors that are going to help us build that specific building element. For example, the window, we had a bidding for that and a contractor for that, and the ceiling, we had a bidding for that and a ceiling for that. So we split it up in different IFC files that you could combine into one big IFC file, but it was different IFC file for each contractor, so it was really clear what was in their contract to build. So if we had the contractor for the window, it only contained the windows that they were going to install and nothing else. So it was really clear on what they were in the scope of their contract, and where exactly what kind of products they were going to install. So it was super clear and super easy for them to take part of the information. and we could immediately see what we were going to buy. So when we have done all the bidding and we have a bunch of contractors that are going to help us build this, we also want them to construct and build from the 3D model. So this is our a bit messy workflow on how we have achieved that. So we have, during the design phase, we have used a bunch of software, but mainly Revit, which we have used BIM 360 to link together in the cloud. But we have also used Tekla for superstructure and some ArchiCAD for interior design. And to work in the design, we have been able to collaborate around that by exporting IFC files to each other. And to eliminate the human errors in this process, we have set up nightly routines on servers that automatically export IFC files during the night. So we always have up-to-date IFC files from our BIM authoring tools. So it's a completely automated process. And then we use simple BIM to clean the IFC file and color them in a proper way and do some data management in simple BIM. And then we can take them to Solibri for doing quantity takeoffs. But we also save them up to this field application that we are using, which is StreamBIM. So we put all the IFC files there, and you can view the 3D in field, and you can put other documentation here. We put our PDF for our weekly collaborating meetings we have in a whiteboard app. We put a link to photos from each room you can also have issue management in this application that is built around the BCF format, so you can check out the issues that are related to, for example, some design issues. You can take that back through StreamBIM, back through the BCF format, back to these softwares that are producing the model. So you can really have a good workflow here with the help of OpenBIM format here. And we also do some direct update on our database directly into the BIM objects through BIMI. So we can update, for example, if a door is installed or not. From the site, we can click in that, so it's updated within the model and through into the IFC files. And so we use StreamBIM for everything we do in the field, from construction information to communication to inspection, and using it for as-built documentation, so we can update our models. We do control checklists in all kinds of way, so everybody can follow up. And we also do safety issues. You don't see it because I'm behind that blob here, but we do all the safety issues around, so the site is clean and nice and safe for everybody to work in. We do all that kind of management within this application. So we have everybody on site is invited and using StreamBIM for taking part of the project. So they have to have a login to this platform. So we have almost had over 300 users so far during the project lifecycle. But not everybody's running around with an iPad or a mobile phone. For example, the concrete team, they used 6-person shared one iPad, so it's not that big of a tech-savvy technology site. You could still use your own phone as well. So this is just an example of how all the issues we are handling on site. I think we are almost up to 8,000 issues we've been handling during the construction phase. We also link a lot of information to the objects itself by using property sets within the IFC file, and put on smart properties and really display the properties in a good way so everybody can understand, because not all properties in the objects are relevant during the production, so we have to highlight them with the different property sets and link information. And to be able to take measurements from the reality and within the IFC file, you have to have some kind of reference for both of them. So we use grid lines that we have drawn the grid line physically in the roof and also on columns and walls. So we have grid lines there, which you can have laser measurement tools to take measurements from these lines in reality, and we have the same lines within the IFC models, so you can take measurements from the lines in the IFC model to the lines in reality, and in that way make sure that you put your things in the correct place. So this is just some pictures from the site where we have TV screens where you can look at, but most people use their phones and tablets to access the information. So, as I said, we have used the IFC model as our contract document. So that's our legal contract document. We have not used any drawings. So, for example, all the windows here are in a single model, and that's our contract with them. And we put that one up here into the field application. So this has worked out really good. Because when we do these construction workers feedback service, which we hire on a third-party company that do a lot of service on construction projects around Sweden, together with the building owner, we want to make sure that we are on the right track in our big projects. And when we did service a couple of times during the project, we got really high score in this PQI, Project Quality Index, that is some kind of index that is for construction industry, and it was the top project in Sweden, and the testimonials from the site workers speaks from themselves. Everybody talks about how good it is to have all the information accessible. Now I can do my work properly, now I can take the right measurements, everything with the digital is so good. And this is comments from the actual site workers that are doing the work on site, so they are pretty picky and not that they really want things to work out, and they really say that it works out. And we have also seen some results on rework orders during this project compared to previous projects that we have been involved with, and also compared to other by the building owner. We have done some calculation, and the rework that comes from the design is down almost 80%. And for transportation to the site, we have also been able to reduce by 80% by working a lot with the logistics and use the BIM model as a reference to do quantity takeoffs for specific locations in the building, so you can do really smart logistics planning with the help from the IFC model. So the project has gone really well on cost and time. The budget was set to 42.7 million euro, but we come down below that. And also the time, it was originally estimated to be finished in January, but now we are finished in November. So it's really a success on time and cost as well. And we have a lot of companies been involved in this journey. Vasakronan and Wetbyggstidning are really happy to have been working with all of them, and we thanks for all the collaboration that we have done. And in some kind of conclusion, Celsius is a project where great commitment, a good collaborative climate, and innovative use of digital tools have created a project with high added value for the customer, without workplace accidents. It's under budget and finished earlier. And this was only possible with the new processes enabled by digital tools developed on the OpenBIM standard IFC and BCF. So thank you for listening to our presentation, and have a good day.